Today is the 14th of November 2013. We are in Craneville, New York, which is actually an Amsterdam address. My name is Wayne Clark, and my assistant is Suzanne Strauss. We're with the New York State Military Museum in Saratoga Springs, New York. Sir, for the record, would you please state your full name and date and place of birth, please?
Willard Willis Kruger.
And your
11/6/23.
Okay. And whereabouts were you born?
I was born in Amsterdam, right in this area.
So you attended school in Amsterdam?
Yes, I'm a graduate of Amsterdam High School, class of 41.
1941. And did you go on to college after that, or take a job, or did you go right into the service?
And that, when Pearl Harbor was attacked, that was the 17th.
December 7th.
December 7th, yeah. And I joined the Navy in April.
Okay. And why did you pick the Navy?
Oh, I always liked the Navy and the airplanes and stuff.
Okay.
So, and I was in the air division of the Navy, so.
Okay. Now, did you have any family members that were in World War I at all?
Oh yes, my father, he was a farmer, and he was a mule trainer, and he didn't go overseas, but he was a charge of the mules, and because he was a farmer, they had a few mules before they had machinery. You know.
So he was in the Army?
Yes, yeah.
And he was stationed stateside?
Most of the time,
Okay.
yes. He was right in the state, in Baltimore.
All right. Now, with your own experience going into the Navy, was that your first time away from home?
Yes, I guess we're decision.
Okay.
It was a long time before I ever got back.
Now, where did you go for your basic training?
In Massachusetts, Rhode Island, was on the Rhode Island base there.
Oh, okay.
And I took my exams, which was a simple thing after I took the ones in high school, because I always took the Regents exams.
Yep.
So I come out with a top score, and I had the choice of any place I wanted to go. So I chose the Navy Air Force, and I was sent down to Jacksonville, Florida, to the Jacksonville Air Station, where they had a academy or something, their training. It was a year I trained in all the operations, and I had a great training there. Of course, I was younger, and I was sharp from high school because I'd just come out, and you get a lot of guys that were insufficient, probably never took a test. When I took the test, it was so simple that I think I got 100 in it was exactly the same as a New York State Regency, and I did good in that.
Now, were you involved with aircraft maintenance? And
yes, aviation mechanics school in Jacksonville, Florida.
And what type of aircraft did you train on?
Well, this was all the mechanics. This was all engines and things.
Okay.
It wasn't. I got to the flying part of it yet, but I did the flying crew later. But I was a top machinist of the class. I could take all engines apart, put them together, and all the parts of the plane. And
now, how long was that school for? Any idea?
it was about 6 months, I believe.
So, that was a pretty long school then.
Yeah, and then I was transferred up to the transitional training squadron in Virginia. And that was that was more in an operational thing, and working on the actual airplanes, put them together, and it was in the seaplanes, the transitional training squadron landing. It was, but it had all the big boats. So then after that, then after I had completed training, they moved us we went to, let's see, we went from there, we went to the, let's see, I can't, let me think of this.
Okay.
Uh,
That's all right. Take your time.
It was, we went there, then I had to get to the military part of it. We went to the what you call it, squadrons, what do they call them? They were the combat units,
Okay.
combat units. We had all the training and combats and stuff in Virginia.
Now, did this include any flight training?
No, this was all, what do they call it? This was all
Ground
military,
operations?
fighting and all that stuff. And,
Oh, okay.
so then we went out to, back into aviation with in Alameda, California,
Mm-hmm.
to on the air station in California where they had you actually worked on, especially a carburetor. You would take a carburetor airplane all apart,
Mm-hmm.
and all the inner parts of an engine and an ignition and all that stuff in a carburetor.
And you were doing that type of work, or?
Yeah, this was part of a course. Then I was a
Okay.
aviation machinist mate, first class, and I was only, what, about 20 years old? 20.
Now, what rank were you at that point?
Well, when I graduated from Florida, I was a third class machinist
Okay.
mate. When I got into California, before I left there, was an aviation machinist mate, first class.
First class.
And I was only, couldn't it be maybe 21? No, I don't think it was
So that was
21.
probably like kind of equal to like a sergeant in the Army.
Top sergeant,
Top sergeant. Okay.
master sergeant.
Okay. All right. And when did you go overseas?
Thanksgiving Day, was it 1940, 43? The funny thing about going overseas, they didn't have no ships left.
Uh-huh.
So they hired a ship from the Arctic. And it was, we were going to the tropics, and the ship that's prepared, it was an old transport went for Arctic duty. It was all heavily insulated or stuff.
Oh, okay.
And we were going to Arctic where it's about 100 degrees or what.
So it was a Navy ship, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you left California.
And the length, Thanksgiving Day, and it would be, what's that, 40, 42, maybe 43 it would be.
Now, do you recall, did the ship have a name?
Yes, yes, yes. The USS Robin Doncaster.
Okay.
And it was an old ship.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I was going to be on this. We were on, I don't know how many days. We were almost here. We were on the ships because we were floating around the Skaven's Coast. I think we went to Hawaii. We stayed there 3 days. It was after the war.
Mm-hmm.
So, although Hawaii was a big thing, it had 1 day war. That's the only thing they had, was that 1 day in November.
Right, December 7th.
November 7th. And so the Japanese never attacked them again. Of course, they made the mistake the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought they were going to get, why they did it, I don't know. So then we lay there 3 days. We finally got headed off to the South Pacific.
Now, did you get seasick at all?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't. You see, no. The other guys were throwing up and stuff. I didn't get the seasickness. But I was younger. We had other guys. We had guys jumping overboard, and in fact we had one guy dove out the back because we could see the torpedoes shooting at us every night. And
really?
They would cut across the bow, but they must have been bad shots or they were thinking. We had one guy, a big wise guy from Louisiana. He knew everything, you know. you know how the people are that overcome nothing. They go, and he always bragged about Louisiana. So he seen one too many torpedoes, so he jumped off the rear. So that was it. That was the end of him. So so that was.
He didn't come up.
I don't know. It was dark, and he dove off on purpose because he couldn't stand the, I don't know, the isolation. Because we were on, I don't know how long we were on the ship.
Now this was the same ship.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This was the old transport.
Okay.
See, so well, when you go at night, you could see the torpedoes would cross our bow, and they would come. They must have been bad shots, bad shots, or. But there was several. Every night that they'd shoot, you could see them go across the bow.
Now, were you guys a single ship, or were you in some kind of
Single
you weren't in a convoy then?
This wasn't a battle. This was a rented ship from the Arctic. So.
Right, but you weren't in any kind of convoy.
Not really. Well, off and on they
Okay.
a few would meet, but basically no. For now, out to Hawaii or we were in a convoy.
Okay.
I don't know whether they never had bad shots or they were practicing or what, but you could see them every night. So
Okay.
some guy would never go below deck again. They'd sleep up out on the deck. You know, it'd be cold. So. But, well, I didn't pay no attention. I was young, no pay attention. You sat on the ship was 5-tier, and you go down on the rope to get in a cot or a hammock, a hammock. So,
All right, then where did you go after Hawaii? You continued on to.
The rest of the Atlantic, we were on we never got off the ship. We never landed any place.
Oh, you stayed on the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's no place to get off. But the ship never landed till we got past the Philippines. And we didn't get to the Philippines at first. We went back to the upper islands where a lot of the islands were freed by the fellows in Amsterdam here that got killed down in Rabaul and all those things that I have in my book here. So we were in that, then we wound up, I don't know how many 100 days. We left on Thanksgiving. I don't think we floated around for, it was so long. And we landed up in we got under the guise of MacArthur, which is the greatest general. And let's see, what else? We got to the islands, we got in the Admiralty Islands right after they had Rabaul and Saipans and all them conquered, in which a lot of the fellows from Amsterdam got killed there. I got them in the book here. And we got out on the island of let's see, it was Manus in the Admiralty Island. So and a lot of Amsterdam boys got killed there in the big battles, and they wiped. But MacArthur planted us right there. I don't know how long we were there. We were waiting for we waited to the battle of the Leyte Gulf. So we went back from the Admiralty Islands back through. I think we had a Navy ship get or did we? I don't remember, but we went on the old tanker again. But
Now, during all this travel aboard ship, what did they have you doing?
nothing.
You just along for the ride.
You had 5 decks. Nobody wanted to go under the decks. A lot of times, as I say, they slept on top, and we were always getting torpedoed. But they probably think that's an old boat they were practicing on or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But we never got while I was on the ship there. No, we never got.
Now, did you change ships at all, or did you stay on that ship?
No, we stayed in that ship till we got to Admiralty Islands there.
Okay, once you got to the Admiralty Islands, did you change ships?
Yeah, I believe we did. We got back under the military, so was there a while, waiting for the Battle of Rabaul and Saipan and all them, and we're squeezed in there. And they had cleared the Manus Island was where we had the Navy's ship for MacArthur.
Okay. And what was the second ship you were on? You recall that ship?
No, I don't remember what coming back. I don't remember come back in the old one or not till we come back to the Philippines after.
Okay.
We waited till the Lady Gull was cleared, and we went back down the Lady Gulf, and it was right after the battles, and there was boats and ships down out of here, and stuff. There was all kinds of that's where they defeated MacArthur got defeated. First defeat in the Philippines was down in the Leyte Gulf, where the storm just had, and that coming in the exact spot where we were is where the storm cut through this week, last week or whatever, and it was we had a couple of storms or rainstorms and stuff.
Okay.
But then we established our base in Manus in the Philippines. No, in Samar, I should say, getting the islands mixed up. It was Samar, and the Lady Gulf, and we were right on the court where the Lady Gulf come together with the island of Samar. And you can walk away. The island wasn't, that's where MacArthur landed. I will return. And
now, were you working in your aviation field then?
no, we had to build it. I was working with the Seabees. We were all, well, we were in still in the P, but we had to work with the Seabees and build. I have pictures here later, where we built all the huts. We had to do all the stuff, and we lived in the jungle in the tents.
Now, what about tropical diseases like malaria or dengue fever? Any problem with that?
We had to take Adabrin and salt pill at every meal. But there was a good cure. I'll tell you, a good cure they had. They sent me. They had 10 sick bays. so what happened? The court said, "Well, you got a little bit fever." I took it. I'll better take you down to the sick bay tent. And what a cure they had there, you would never believe. If you want to sleep in a cot, and you got snakes running under here, or rats and gophers or whatever they called, it was all on. That's the best cure I've never seen. So the next day I was cured, and I got back in my own tent. So
did you have those land crabs? The land crabs?
Oh, we had everything. Land crabs, gophers. Other things, I don't know what they were. Rats, there were thousands of them, and ants. And you walk through the jungle, and there'd be an ants column that wide, miles long, and it was running, and they walk over each other and stuff. It was very interesting. It wasn't a happy place, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
So, but it was. Then we got our huts built. With this, because we worked at CBs, we chopped trees down, and the CBs was a wonderful outfit. They could do anything, and because they took that spot because of the Coral Mountain there, and they kept blasting that out to fill the, for the airstrips. And then I guess then I got back. Then I had my own shop. I got pictures of it. I'll show you later. where I was only, was it 20 years, 21, and I was in charge. Because I was good mechanically, and I was good, because I took the New York State Regents all the while
Yep.
and that stuff, and that is what, I got, as I said, I got in the Navy, it was simple to me. Every time I had to take a test, they all had the same, multiple choice and that, so.
Now, what kind of aircraft did you have to work on?
Well, when I was in the Atlantic, I had the big boats. So the PBYs and the PBMs.
Oh, okay, all right.
And down in the Pacific, it was most of the F4Us.
Oh, the Corsairs.
Yeah, the Corsairs. I got pictures of me.
Okay.
And I lived the Corsairs in the because I was in I was an expert on the carburetors and but I had gone to school in the University of California to learn some of that when I was there. But I got a wonderful education.
Yeah.
I was really 20, and that guy's 40 years old.
Now, did you actually do any flying?
Oh, yeah. Well, to get your flight pay.
Okay, so you had to go up for at least 4 hours a month?
4 hours a month in the tape. So that was.
Now, what kind of airplanes did you go up in?
Well, we had a. Well, I flew all of the big ones, and we had the PBYs and stuff. We were going over there, but that's the big boats I had all in this country that I flew into.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, whereabouts were you when the war ended?
The war ended.
Let's see. First, let me go back a little bit. Do you recall what your reaction was when you heard about the death of President Roosevelt?
Oh, well, I mean, it wasn't much. MacArthur was a hero. We didn't have much time for it. Yeah, but it didn't make no effect on us.
Uh-huh.
MacArthur was the king of the Pacific. And he was the greatest general that ever lived. Because he had done this before. He'd lived in the Philippines. He knew every inch of the thing.
Right.
Now,
when the war in Germany ended, that didn't really have any bearing on you guys either, did it? You heard that the war ended in Germany, but you were still fighting the Japanese.
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah. So.
Now, when the war ended, let's see, it was August of '45. Of course, you were still there.
Oh yeah, I was there a lot longer because I was a young 21-year-old then, and I had command of all these people.
Right, and people were going home on the point system.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was on the last.
You were one of the last ones to go. When you heard about the atomic bombs being dropped, was that kind of a shock that one bomb could do that much damage?
It was a surprise. When the atomic bomb was dropped the night before, or no, the day before, night, it had to be night, dark. So they called me in, get your men together. And I had a transport along the airstrip. I had the 5 men. Because I had a truck license and all that. I got all educated in the Navy. And I didn't know what was going on. I said, so I had put them on guard duty all over to the airstrip. I had to drop them off. It dropped off every quarter mile to the end of the airstrip. And I had order, don't shoot no natives. Make sure you don't shoot anything unless you know what it is. If you don't shoot, So I dropped the first guy off. I got it wrong. Bang! He shot at something in the jungle. So I had to drop the 4 people every quarter mile. I dropped the man off. But we had the rifle. We just had they had the carbines.
Yep.
I was a chief. I had the 45. Never shot a 45, and the thing weighed a ton. You know what a military
Sure.
45 was.
Yep.
So, and the others had carbines. So I had to pack them down. I planted them all out, and then so we didn't know what was going to happen. So, and we don't know where we had no information on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was in the adult secret. So why they sent us down to the confuse or not? Because I don't think it went from our line. They get a bit credited that it took off in Tinian. So,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what they say. They never guaranteed it. So we never knew till way after the war that you know. And I don't think they know to this day absolute where the flight took off from.
Yep.
So, so then it was
Now, did you see the what was it, the Enola Gay, the plane that actually dropped the bomb? Did you see that at all?
I don't know, because we were off the airstrip. I got some places with some ships on the airstrip. So,
Okay.
yeah, but the Enola Gay was the only thing admitted that where it took off from.
Mm-hmm.
So they claimed it was, nowadays they claimed it was Tinian, but I don't know, that was a very big place to take off
Yeah.
from. That was so, and
Okay.
and then I had to go on the waiting list. Younger guy, unattached, not married.
Now, was there much celebration when the war ended?
I guess not much. They were just happy that the guys were going to go home. I guess they were not. I guess there was nothing.
Yeah. Now, how long did you have to wait before it was your turn to go back to the States?
I waited to the end. The other guys were married, and so the ones that had kids, you had to get in line. So,
Uh-huh.
and the few of us who were single. That was quite a while.
Okay.
So I don't even remember the date I got home. Was waiting.
So, do you remember approximately when you got discharged? Was it sometime of 46? Or was
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Yeah, so we had to be in 46, yeah.
Okay.
So,
And when you came back to the States, was it by ship also?
yeah, yeah. This was a little bit better, but a little bit worse. Because you had guys, a lot of veterans, or so we were all veterans coming back, but it was quite an adventure. So.
Okay. Now, when you did get home, well, actually, when you were discharged, you were a master chief, or
No, third class aviation
machinist.
yeah,
Okay.
So.
All right. And when you got back, whereabouts were you discharged from?
Lido Beach in Long Island.
Down in Long Island. All right. Coming across the country, did you go by train?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. And you got discharged. You came back home. Did you make use of the GI Bill at all?
Well, there was a little bit of sanctions. So I think like when I took after I had a few other jobs getting home, I took the post office exam.
Okay.
And of course, I wasn't a disabled veteran. Then you got 10%,
Yeah.
and 5% for the other, and that's a lot of points to make up.
Yep.
But you always got the 10% disabled veterans. So I withdrew that, and then I took the post office. I went back to weaving or working in the mills. I was weaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took the post office exam, and then I had to buck that. So I had a good bar. Finally got into the post office, and I had talking about the Army, the post office was the same way. I had every job in the post office, for the substitute. We got straight paid. This was illegal, you know. So in any hours work, sometimes 12 o'clock at night, you know, and on call a specialist. And then finally I got a oh, it was quite a while, maybe a couple of years, 2-3 years. I got to be a regular post office employee. And then this was sort of like the you know, the Navy career. I did every job in the post office. I was a substitute for, I don't know, 6 years, and I did every job. I did every job in the post office and the thing. Window clerk, shipper, everything. And finally I took the exam, and I got to be, you know, I was charged of the carriers and charged of the clerks. And then I got more education in the post office, and I became I got every job in the post office. Was supervisor, post, you know, carriers and supervisors of clerks, and then I went the assistant. Well, actually, it was assistant postmaster. Which I signed off on, so the other fellow, because I didn't want it. So, but I had to do all the work. I was doing the work. The postmaster just had to, that's legal or not legal, you have to do this. So I had to control all the carriers and all that. I was a supervisor of postal operations. So, and
now, did you retire from the post office?
Yes. I retired when I got 61. I was 62.
Okay. How many years? You must have had like over 40 years.
No, 22 years. When I got to, well, I was 62. It was 20 years. I had it down how many days. 22 years, so many months, and so many days. And I was assistant postmaster, so I was supervisor of postal operations, so.
Okay.
And then I signed off on the postmaster because I didn't want that job, so.
Okay.
Because there wasn't much to the job, just okay, you do that or legal. I had to do the work, so.
Okay. But now, did you join any veterans organizations at all?
Yeah, I was for a while. I'm in the American Legion, and I was in the Polish. I'm not Polish, but I was in the Polish veteran because the thing was behind the post office, and all the guys in the post office were veterans. They were mostly the Polish guys. So I joined. I was in that. Now I'm just named by the national, but the national, but I don't. I'm not active in it.
Now, did you stay in contact with anyone you were in the service with?
Not many, not many. There was a couple guys in Scotia I used to see a couple years, and there wasn't many locals who I was.
Now, what about reunions, like ship reunions? Did they have anything like that at all?
I guess, but it was so long. You know, that fades away after a while. You know, the guys, and then when you get home, you're in the job where you don't have to. I'm not going to all these guys in Texas and that stuff. That's signed for me.
Okay.
But I always seem to get in control, and I was only a kid, 21 years old, and I did it. And I had the same success in the post office. I had every job in the post office up to the assistant postmaster.
Now, how do you think your time in the service changed or affected your life?
Well, I don't know. I was always ambitious. I was always sort of. I like to take the exams, like the Regents exams in New York State. You guys are all taking them, you know. So, and I was always good at it. I had the knack of picking the right one. So, but I always seemed to go up in the. Of course, I had a lot of donkeys in my outfit too.
Now you've got some books there and some photographs.
Yeah, not autographs, but it's the story of the. This is a very this is a very book that's unbelievable. It's which I get to be a Pacific expert, and it's the Pacific Island Handbook. It was 1944. Every battle is in here. Everything, every country, and every island, and doesn't have any paper after the war. This is an Australian book, but it's fascinating when you look through it. That I try. It's got every island and how many Japanese lived there and what their occupations, what their food is. And it's a wonderful book. But it was given to me by my uncle. He was an older CB, and they put him in Alaska. So he was a good thing to them.
Now, do you have any photographs there to show us?
Yeah, I got enough. Then you want to look at them later, you want to...
Well, actually, if you hold them up right in front of you, I can zoom in with the camera and you can tell us about what they are.
Well, these are too small. These are actually the... This is the...
Do you have any photographs with you in them?
Oh yeah, a lot of these were me. This is our first camp in the Philippine Islands, where the hurricane just hit.
Can you hold that up a little bit higher? Don't know if yeah, the unfortunate thing is this camera doesn't let me zoom in. Let's see if I can get it a little closer without. Yeah, that might. And what is? No, those are some natives.
Yeah, that's our first home in the Philippines.
And whereabouts are you in that picture?
Right. I'll be on your right on the right.
Oh, okay.
The good-looking guy on the right.
Okay, that's you. Oh gosh. All right. Okay. All right. Got it.
Okay. And let's see. There's some more. I don't know which ones would be interested you.
Well, whatever you think would be interesting is.
There's one where you can see that's swimming in Los Angeles and the Admiralty Islands where we were.
Okay, let's see. I think. Okay. Yep. All right. I'll give that back to you.
Let's see. Add this one. This is the church. I'm the young guy on the left there. That's my crew.
The young guy on the left. Okay.
No, on your right.
On the right.
Yeah, on the right.
Oh, you're the good-looking one there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was at 21, and these are all under me. And on the back there, you can see that is a coral reef where they smashed all the coral.
Oh, all right. Yep, back in the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they did for the airstrips with the coral there.
All right.
See, MacArthur had everything expert when he figured out. Yeah, let's see. You don't want to see no more. You seen the one on the island? This is our camp after we got a year.
Okay.
We finished up.
Oh boy, that looks pretty impressive.
Yeah, and we had to build this.
All those Quonset huts too?
With the Seabees, we had to help them. We carried all the metal and stuff around for it.
Okay. Yeah, very nice.
Okay, that's on me, so I don't know whether you want to see that. There's a single of me, I don't want to get that.
Oh yeah, we'll get that in there. All right, yeah, you were a good-looking guy. You still are. Okay. And you're, it looks like you're standing in front of one of the Corsairs. I see the nose and the propeller.
That's a PB-1.
Oh, that's a PBY? Okay.
Yeah, okay. And there's the inside of the hut if you want to see it. I'm way down.
Oh, okay.
That's when we went from tents to that after we built it ourselves. The CB helped us. The CB were great too.
Well, you guys look like you had pretty good quarters there.
Yeah, that was the end. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was hot.
Yeah.
Okay, these are.
I take it you didn't have air conditioning though, did you?
No, the only air conditioning one. Oh, the one next to me, the guys that did the instrument shop, they had to have air
Oh,
conditioning.
yeah,
in
that's
the-
right. They
so-
did, yes.
so- Okay, these are. I have some of MacArthur here someplace. Here's some of our planes on the line there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, those are the Corsairs.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. The airplane there. That's my relaxing on the edge there. Let's see.
Okay.
That's the rest
Do you
of
wanna?
it.
I'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
You had that one in MacArthur.
Huh?
You had that one in MacArthur.
Yeah, I think he's looking for it. No, we didn't see it yet.
You had that one that was out at home.
On the what?
The one with MacArthur. The picture
Oh,
of
yeah,
him.
that's me on it. You won't have to do that one, that's another, that's my cut. I was the first class, I had the first one by the,
Okay.
okay, let's see, these are what did I do with the ones in MacArthur?
I think there's some pictures in the other book. Are they in there?
No, I got it.
Okay.
These are the ones in MacArthur.
Oh,
Nice.
That was the king there.
okay.
That's it on the way to the surrender.
Now, did you take these or did somebody?
No, we had them.
Okay.
There's the big guy.
Yep, very nice.
What's I say? I don't think I only got one of the Japanese prisoners at one time. So
Oh, okay. These are POWs.
I don't know what they were. They didn't speak to us.
Okay.
They were all prisoners there. So
All right.
let's see, we had that one of MacArthur. You had this one MacArthur getting off the plane there.
Yes, we did get that one. I think. Okay. Unless it's a duplicate.
So you have a second book to share with us?
Well, that's the one from locally there.
Okay,
That's
and
bad going.
can we see that one?
Yep, that's the one.
Now, are you featured in that other book?
No, I don't think.
No, that's what
No, he
prompted
didn't
him
do
to have
anything
this.
east of the city line, so he didn't.
Oh,
That's why he wanted to talk to you.
Oh,
okay.
I'm gonna get going down here someday. He grew up with me on Market Hill in the city.
Let's see the cover of that book.
This one here? That's
Yeah.
the local one, yeah.
Where do we find such men?
okay.
And that's where Robert going.
And that's
Mostly about
what-
the Amsterdam boys, city of
Oh,
Amsterdam.
Okay.
That's Pekeltis in the front.
Yeah?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He wrote about the people that I knew up on
Okay, I
Market
guess you
Hill.
are.
He
Okay.
wrote
Okay.
about the people that he knew where we grew up.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people in Crane, so that's what he wanted to do. We're in the town of Amsterdam.
A friend of mine, I mentioned to you, when he was 7 years old during the war, a plane crashed outside of Amsterdam. Some kind of it was an Army Air Force plane that crash landed in Amsterdam or right on the outskirts
I think it's
of
in this book, isn't it?
Amsterdam.
I don't know, you'd know.
Oh yes, he mentions because he found what the pilot's cap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think he said it's mentioned in the book.
In Robert
Yeah.
Going's book, yeah. He's written a couple of books though. This is, I think, the second one.
Okay.
He's inside. You can read the other. I think he's got the other names of his other ones.
Okay.
Let's see, I got my brother's citation here.
He's gonna come. You can tell. You want
Oh.
to see that now?
Well, if his brother's got a copy of it, we'll get that
Oh,
in
I
his.
don't,
I don't
I don't
think
know
it-
whether he does.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna show you the real things, maybe.
I mean, you
But
can
this
read-
is a copy of the. This is
Okay, do
Marcus's.
you wanted to put it on there, or you want to read here?
Well, let's see.
He just recently got these.
Oh, okay.
From France. Your French medal.
All right.
Because he was in 2 branches of the
Oops.
service.
Legion of Honor.
Not here yet. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, look at the rest of it.
Yeah, he served under Patton, and I served under
Okay.
the 2 greatest generals.
Right. Right.
And that's the medal. Okay. All right. Is there anything else in closing you'd like to add?
No, I think I got everything.
Do you have any questions, Suzanne?
I take it from everything you tell us that means you were about 17 when you were enlisted?
No, 18. I was
18.
18 in November, and I enlisted in April.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so you were 18. Still pretty young, huh?
You didn't tell him about your he was in San Francisco. You were in San Francisco too.
yeah, I
I
went.
don't think you told them about that.
Yeah.
All right. You want to tell us about San
Well,
Francisco?
that's Alameda. That's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Alameda's across the river.
All right.
Okay.
That's where he got his training.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yep,
took
you
the
did mention
training
that.
when I had to go from. It was an interesting time for the guy who never been out of much out of New York.
Well, let me ask you this: like when you were in the States or even overseas, did you see any USO shows at all?
In the States, I see. Let's see, Jack Benny and who was the other one?
Was it
Bob
Bob Hope?
I was gonna say Bob Hope.
Or Bing Crosby?
No, them guys were young yet.
Any good-looking women?
No, what was it?
Eddie Green. Red Skelton.
No, them are young guys.
I can't.
The old-
I'm trying to think of the ones I know.
I'm trying to think of the one. What's the little Italian guy with the ad?
Wasn't Jerry Colonna?
No, it was before him there.
Wasn't Lou Costello?
No, it was the other one there. I can't think of the names there. He was.
A comedian.
Yeah. He was the dancing comedian, the little Italian guy. What was his name?
See, I don't know.
Maybe it'll come to me. I didn't think of anything.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your interview.
Anything else?
Yes, thank you.
And I got some more of the books you wanna. I'd like to show you some of the books where when I is.
He was really interested in that typhoon there because it was right where he was.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And
That's
my
right
brother,
across the spot where we were stationed in Samar.
no, I have a brother that lives in the Philippines right now.
Really?
Tacloon, yeah.
It was east.
My brother is in Cebu City.
Oh, I was there.
He's on the island of Cebu.
Cebu,
In
yeah.
Cebu City.
The only time they give a vacation, a little reward vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just across the bay to Cebu City.
Okay.
And it's nothing. It didn't improve from when I saw it. It's the second largest city in the Philippines.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It isn't so. So I didn't know. So I went to the bathroom. On the corner of the streets they come. There was a big puddle there. And I didn't know, I see the women bone squatting down, walking away, and all the guys, that was a sewer that was in the,
It was right out on the street?
on the corner of the
just
street.
ran out
There was
the
a
corner?
corner about 10 wide, so,
So there was
Yeah,
no
that was-
structure?
yeah.
You
Huh?
just peed on the ground? You just peed on the ground?
Yeah, there was a
Everybody could see it?
big hole there, a big hole in the
Wow.
road there. It was there wasn't much, that wasn't
Yeah.
such a hot a city, but we had I think we got a 3-day,
What'd you do?
huh?
What did you do while you were there?
Oh, we just walked around and went to a couple of other places, but it wasn't much of a city. It's the second largest city in the Philippines, but it
Okay.
wasn't nothing.
See, well, I hope they have plumbing now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
do.
hope so.
Yeah,
It's still
yeah.
pretty poor over
Nobody
there.
was, but nobody thought nothing of it, you know.
Yeah.
So, no, for some reason they had a 3-day thing, they flew us over, it wasn't far. So we had to load up on extra dungarees. We didn't pay money, so we get clothes, we went to the shop store, we got a couple pairs of dungarees and socks and stuff, and that's what we used for money. We went out there,
Oh,
went to,
you traded then.
yeah, we stayed overnight, we give them a set of dungarees and stuff,
Uh-huh.
so,
But he said what, the first thing MacArthur did when he took over the Philippines, what he told me, that he gave the women the right to vote.
oh yeah, that's right. Oh, he took over Japan.
Was that in Japan or?
Yes,
was
that's
it
in Japan. He
Was it-
liberated the
I'm sorry,
women.
it was
See,
in Japan.
they don't appreciate that the women were slaves before
he gave
No.
them-
before
he told
the
them
war, and
he gave them
he threw
right
the
to vote.
emperor out and put him in there, and he threw the, you
in
know,
Japan.
he released all the women
Yeah.
to live normal lives. They couldn't do anything.
Mm.
They couldn't go to school. They couldn't do that. They had to do the washing, and they were slaves. You see, and I never heard where he got credit for that. That the first thing he did, he threw the emperor out, and he released all the women so they could work and have jobs and do things in life. But he was great. And I said my brother had patents, so he was a great man too.
Okay. All right, well, thank you again.
Yeah.
Okay.